I guess you can derelict my balls, Capitan.
I can derelict my own balls, thank you very much.
Well, this whole fashion show does remind me of derelict society, so it was very appropriate to put this in, and David Bowie well. Okay, I feel justifiable that I need to add this as a disclaimer. As you can tell from my music content here, I really enjoy the 80s and 90s. I think they're amazing times. This bass guitar in this reminds me of Duran Duran with Planet Earth, which is back from 1980s, so that gives you an indication of how antiquated I am in my life. But yeah, so Blur. I had to put this on because this fashion show is so gender neutral. I couldn't even tell if they were boys or girls. And of course, it wasn't until I looked at it closely I could see it was meant to be a male fashion shoot. So they're obviously all men, but they look like prettier girls than me. And this guy looks like a zombie. So I was like, do I put zombie or do I put nothing? I've got to do boy girl because I was misguided as to what gender they were. So I had to put it on. But back to Blur. Yeah, I did see them when they toured in Brisbane. I don't know how long ago it was, but the bass guitarist, he's got long hair that hangs out over his eyes, and he sort of was a bit cocky and was having a bit too much fun, and he slid on his ass and landed on his backside, and everybody laughed at him. Everyone was pointing fingers at him. I think three people threw shoes at him, and I felt so embarrassed for the poor guy because he's trying to look so cool and he falls on his ass. So yeah, and we know about the models that can't walk in the high shoes. I wonder if they make the guys walk in high shoes too. Well, I'm sure that they have everything all taken care of down below. But anyway, I had to put this on. I thought it was just too appropriate, just way too appropriate, because I could not tell what gender these people were. But looking at it all, they look like they're ready to go to a funeral. This guy looks like he's ready to go to some Chinese or Japanese school for little girls. Looking very pretty. Love the tie. It's very, very atmospheric. And this definitely looks like a female, but obviously it's not because this is male modelling. But this is, and definitely looks like, I love the cross on it, the Jesus symbolism there. But yeah, I could not resist put this on. This guy looks like he's got a butterfly or a bloody baby thing in his mouth. Baby, what do you call it? To stop him from sucking his lips or sucking his thumb or something. I don't know. I just don't understand any of this. I really don't. But they look like they're ready to go to a funeral, and that guy looks like he's out of something from 1840. Jack the Ripper is about to come and cut through guts up and eat a few livers and stuff. I don't know. I don't understand it. But anyway, let me know what you think, whether you'd wear any of it, because I wouldn't wear any of it if I was a guy, not even as a girl. Okay, bye. This fashion is meant to be for men. It looks more unisex to me, and it's described to give happiness and freedom. It looks more like Victorian funeral clothing for me, for mourning. What do you think?
They made a true art form out of mourning. Yes, there were lots of mourning customs that were ongoing for centuries before that, but the Victorians just took it through the roof. Take Queen Victoria. She carried a picture of Albert wherever she went. It had a lock of his hair in it. It rested on the pillow next to hers.
Yeah.
Wherever she slept. And for 40 years, wherever she was in residence, his complete toilet had to be set up as if he were going to go and shave and stream.
Yeah. And I'm not advocating for the Victorian way of mourning. It was extremely time consuming and it was overwhelming. It was suffocating. Women were not even supposed to reflect light. So when a woman was wearing first morning bombazine crepe, it was a fabric that was so heavy and dark, even light didn't bounce off it. And the jewelry that they were wearing has a matte finish. There was no sparkling, there was no light. When a woman lost her husband, when a woman lost her children, when there was a death in the family and a woman was involved, she was covered head to toe as a just sort of well of despair and darkness.
Well, let's face it. In the Victorian era, there were certainly more don'ts than there were do's.
And
we're told exactly what not to do most of the time, and so it obviously applied to the mourning rituals, but women got the brunt of it.
Yeah.
You know, the man would walk away with a piece of jewelry or maybe a black armband.
An armband.
In recent history, the last time I can recall seeing that is watching a soccer game, a European soccer game where someone had passed away during a match.